And there we go. All right, here's another BeerNative beer review. I'm Steve Jaguar. Let's get going. All right, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, do all the stuff. Let's see if this weird animation works. Well, that is weird. All right, enough of that. Get rid of the ticker. Find me on Untapped at Steve Jaguar and everywhere else as BeerNative. What is the price? In this one, I'm going to be reviewing. Check it out. Let's find that image. Where's that image again? BrewDog. This was given recently as a gift. Pecan salted caramel stout. And maybe it'll be good, right? Some BrewDogs are good and some are not good. So let's without any hesitation, let's grab it out of the fridge. People like to trash BrewDog. I think that is definitely a thing. I have some fellow people who love it. It's a 6%, by the way. Can we see that? Hard to see, but yeah. I like the color. That sounds really lame, but I do. Pecan salted caramel. So I think I have a very specific opinion about salted caramel stouts, and that's just an easy win for a novelty stout because dropping some salted caramel extract into a stout is the easiest thing you can do. Try it. Go on some kind of online commerce store, Amazon, others are available. Buy some salted caramel extract and drop it in a crappy stout. You'll find you've got a salted caramel stout, and it won't be much different than any of the carefully brewed models. But this one, I was interested in a lot, kind of because of the malt variety, but the pecan part, okay. Pecan salted caramel, like in Canada, where I grew up, we have these things called butter tarts. I know you can get them anywhere, but they're very popular in Canada. When I was a kid, it's probably the closest thing I would call an addiction to. I still love them. But there's pecan, kind of a pecan thing going on there. A lot of sugar, salty, salted caramel. It's a really interesting, almost pecan pie, but tiny kind of thing. So I really like that. So when this was pecan, I thought, all right, I'm going to assess you with a very strict kind of, let's say, opinion about it. Interesting out of the can. All right, let's actually using the correct glass. All right, let's go with a little bit more of a froth on it intentionally. That's nice. Check the color. Very dark, right? What kind of malt we got in there? Like the very bottom where you see the usually a little bit of color shine through on the edges. I got nothing. That's dark as night. Frothy little head, not too thick. Says a little bit about the malts involved. Brown though, not white, so that's quite good. Arguments about porter versus stout. Certainly smells like a stout. And definitely nutty. Okay, so calling it pecans. Pecans, like, when you sweeten a pecan, it leaps out. That's pecan. But a straight up dried, like even unroasted pecans, like that's like your definition of nutty. Where you're like, I don't know what nut this is, but let's have a little sip and see what we got. Not as smooth as I was expecting. One more. Oh, wow. The nuttiness is a late hit, big time. I think on a previous review, I described it, that kind of nuttiness as when, not the peanut itself, but the peanut shell. When you get the dust from a peanut shell, we eat a lot of, in the UK, they call them monkey nuts. I don't know why they call them that. This almost sounds racist, but anyway, you crack the peanuts open, or if you go to a bar, some bars in North America, they just give you free nuts in the shell and you keep cracking them. And eventually you end up with this kind of weird dust in the air that smells nutty, but it has a certain musty bitter about it. That's the nuttiness I'm getting on this. What about, oh, you know what I'm not getting? So much the salted caramel. You do get it like on the tip of your tongue. You get a little little bit of salted caramel, but I'm not being overwhelmed with it. But actually, I'm going to give credit to that because that's the thing I was kind of making fun of earlier, where I say people just drop salted caramel into a crappy stuff, and then the overwhelming flavor of this salted caramel is almost false. Whereas the nuttiness is what you get. One more sip, just to be sure. So you get the first hit you get is a bit of nuttiness, a bit of wheatiness, and a bit of midway you get the salted caramel on the tip of your tongue, and then as it leaves and goes through your head, you get that floor sweepings of peanuts. And then you get a little bit of this the saltiness again. Okay. In the background I am just typing up, and it's really quite good. It doesn't taste like a 6. I deep down, believe it or not, often don't wish for more alcohol, because goodness knows I have enough going on. There, I got it up. There you go. So I found it still on BrewDog. It's still available to buy. You can get four cans for $4.50 on sale. That is a reasonable price for this beer. Caramel coffee nutty. All right. Yeah, let's get rid of my cookies. All right, here. Okay, brewed 7 specialty malts, robust and rich, 6% pastry stout. I think it's falling short on the pastry level, but that's fine. It's not that sweet, which I like. I don't like sweet stouts that much. Milk chocolate. Yeah, okay. A little bit, but subtle. Coffee. That's all stouts kind of have that built in, so we're okay. Swathes of nutty pecan harmony. This is really okay, whatever. Sure. All right, this is what I want to see. Here we go. Columbus hops. Okay. So, I'll tell you what I like in combination. I like the idea of Columbus hops with wheat to get the chocolate wheat. Oh yeah, here we go. Chocolate wheat and Columbus. So that is killer. And then this Carafa and the extra dark crystal, like that's awesome. So this is why it's black as that. This is wrong. How much darker could this be? That seems really early on in the color scale. So that's all you got. It is maybe it's the lighting, but it really does feel darker than that. Okay, that's fine. So that's a good. I wasn't too far off. My guesswork, let's say, on what I was expecting to taste there. But it's good. Now, am I gonna like send it to the moon in terms of stouts? I like a slightly thicker stout, and maybe bumping up to 6.57, I would have been happier with it. But for the price, $4.50 for 4 cans right now, that is a definite value for money stout if you like the kind of subtle salted caramel, nutty up through the sinuses, and just tickling you with the salt on the end of the tongue. That's nice. It's a real treat for the end of the day. So, sorry, BrewDog haters. That's pretty good beer. I'll probably give it out of 10 on flavor, just under 8, because it's really like the stout market's pretty tight competition. It doesn't come close to some of the excellent ones that come out of Siren. So it's probably 7.5, I'd say, out of 10. So that's not bad though. All right, that's the end of this one. I will give it good marks for art again, because I just love that color combination. I'm a sucker for that. But you'll see it on Untappd in a moment. So join me on Untappd at Steve Jaguar. Be my friend. Please be my friend. And I will see you all next time. This has been a BeerNative beer review. My name's Steve Jaguar. Steve out.